Hey Aries, I hope you guys are doing great. It's Tipsy here to do your love reading for September 15th through 30th. Let's jump right in and start by pulling some oracle cards to see what the overall energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first card we have out is True Love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Let's grab another oracle card, see what other energies we have surrounding my Aries collective. And we have first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. And let's grab one last oracle card. See what final energies are surrounding this reading for my Aries collective. Okay. And we have take action. All right. So we'll see how those cards fit into your overall reading, Aries. But let's get into some tarot and see what else is going on. We'll start with your current energy. Aries, you know what? We're going to take the one that flipped over instead of this stack that just fell out. What we have for your current energy is the Lovers in reverse. Let's see about your person, whether or not they're currently in your physical space. We have the Ten of Swords and we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. What's currently hidden from you? Currently hidden from my Aries collective. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. For advice from Spirit, we have Strength. And for your potential outcome, we have the Stars and we have the High Priestess in reverse. So let's grab another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these cards a little bit further. We have the Wheel of Fortune for your current energy. For your person's energy, we have the Ace of Swords. What's currently hidden from you? Oh, okay. It's a lot hidden. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Good gracious. Advice from Spirit. We have the Lovers in reverse. And for your potential outcome, we have the Magician. All right, so let's grab some oracle cards, get some final messages before we get into the interpretation of all of this. Because Aries, there's a lot happening. We have not enough for your current energy. For your person's energy, we have Mirror. What's currently hidden from you, we have karmic relationship. And okay, for advice from Spirit, we have Love Call. And for your potential outcome, we have Talking. All right, so let's get into this, Aries. For the overall energy that's surrounding this reading for you, we have True Love, we have your commitment is being tested, and we also have Take Action. So what this feels like to me right now is that there is someone around you, and I do feel that this is actually someone who's in your life that you have, there's a strong bond here. And there is an opportunity, I think, for you all to have some sort of meaningful relationship. Now, interestingly, I don't necessarily feel that it's super romantic, at least like right off the break. It almost feels as though there's something that I think might be a little bit unknown. If you were talking to this person, I think that it's in the pretty early stages. It doesn't feel as though there is some sort of very strong long-term commitment that you all have been a part of. This feels like something that's been very sort of surface level, that may not have gotten off the ground, but there's a lot of potential around this. And so it almost feels as though you're being challenged with a question like, do you actually want this or no? Because there seems to be a little bit of uncertainty around that, I think, and within you, within the other person, within the universe, because it's kind of like the universe is like, child, you don't know what you want. How am I supposed to know what you want? I can't do anything. Spirit can't intervene if you're confused. Because what are they going to intervene on? They have no idea. So it almost feels as though there's something that you need to do that will give clarity to spirit to say, oh, okay, this is what you want. All right, we can help. Now we can help. Because we're not confused, because you're not confused, is what it feels like. So it's kind of like, again, you're being asked that question, what do you want? And once you sort of decide what it is that you want, you have to take a step. But again, when it comes to romance, it feels like there's a lot of potential here. It just hasn't been realized yet. So looking at your current energy, we have the Lovers in reverse, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we also have Not Enough. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues, and jealousy. So what I'm feeling right now is that there's a connection that's not connected, right? At least not at the level I think that you would want. And you're looking for some sort of change, right? I think that deep down, you want to explore this relationship with this person, that maybe you kind of got started and things fizzled out. But Aries, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you, there might have been a little bit of self-sabotage in here. I'm not saying that it's all your fault, but what I am saying is that there may have been some actions, there may have been some words, there may have been some negative self-talk that kept this relationship from progressing into something more than what it was. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to blame you. I promise I'm not. But it seems as though like you're disappointed that things haven't worked out up through this point, and you would like for things to change. You would like to see what would happen, but you might have to take a step back and think about whether or not the things you were doing and saying in your mindset were actually conducive to allowing all of that to happen. Looking at your person's energy, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, we have the Ace of Swords, and we also have Mirror. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, and introspection. So I don't get the sense that you're really in communication with this person. They're feeling some type of way about whatever it is that went down. And while they're not saying anything, I think that they would like to. I think that they have a lot to say to you. But right now, it feels as though because you've sort of dialed it back, because something that you did helped create a rift in this relationship. And so it feels as though because you've sort of pulled back or given some sort of indication that this is not what you want, they've done the same thing. And I don't think that that's what they actually wanted, but they're sort of reflecting what you're showing them, that you don't necessarily want this. But if they have the opportunity, I think that they have a lot to say. It just doesn't feel as though they're going to be the ones to reach out, because it feels like they're in a little bit of place of hurt right now. Looking at what's currently hidden, any challenges, obstacles, we have the Five of Swords in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse, and we also have karmic relationship. Fleeting, triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. So what we see, there's a lot of sword energy in this reading. And those are the cards of communication, of intellect, of common sense, right? And so we have the Five of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Ten of Swords in reverse. This is sort of getting past this silence. This is sort of not, the big challenge is letting go of this defensiveness, letting go of this self-sabotage, right? Getting past this sense of betrayal, this sense of disappointment that this person is experiencing. I don't want to say not using your voice, but using your voice in a way that isn't necessarily so cutting to another person, not being so harsh. I think that maybe there were some very harsh words that were given to the other person. And so being able to sort of temper your communication so that you're still effective, so that you still are able to say what you need to and express yourself, but in a way that isn't harmful to the other person. This happiness, right? This celebration, this joy with this other person is not happening right now because of this divide that's between you all. And I think what you don't see is that this relationship, what has happened, was meant to teach you a lesson. And I almost feel as though that lesson might have to do with communicating and expressing yourself, and not sort of getting buried too deep in your feelings, but bringing together heart and mind so that you're able to communicate those emotional parts of yourself in a way that's logical, understandable, and sort of able to be absorbed by the other person. So, looking at the advice from Spirit, we have strength, we have the Lovers in reverse, and we also have love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So, what I feel right now, Spirit is saying that, you know what, Aries, it might be time to sort of put your little ego aside, right? You want things to change, right? You do. And I think that you know that there's potential with this person. So I feel like Spirit is saying, okay, now is the time to be a grown-up. And now is the time for you to communicate effectively. And this does not have to be you charging in there and saying, baby, I thought about things and I love you and I will not lose you. This is not that conversation. This is not that conversation that you're going to have. But I think that Spirit is saying that there is no harm in reaching out to this person and saying, you know what? I genuinely care about you as a person. I'd like to talk. I think there are some things that we should clear up. And I hope that you'll hear me out. I feel like that's the conversation that you all should have, at least from what Spirit is saying. That this is you not going in trying to get your man, trying to get your girl. This conversation is not about romance and what's next. It's about sort of expressing you as a person and figuring out how the two of you can communicate a little bit better. Maybe there are some things that you want to share with this person, about what sort of triggered this. This person certainly has a lot to say to you. I don't think it's bad. I think that they want to express themselves as well. So it feels like Spirit is saying that give an open platform to hear them out, even if you may not necessarily like what they have to say, because I feel like what they have to say is about how they felt, about how you may have treated them, or how things went down, this sadness that they felt, this hurt. So Spirit is saying that is a tough pill, but that might be one that you have to swallow if you want to be able to get past this and see what happens. So looking at your potential outcome, we have the stars, we have the High Priestess in reverse, we have the Magician, and we also have talking. Interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, and hoovering. So what it feels like, Aries, is that you will talk to this person. I feel like you're going to reach out, and I think that you are going to sort of rely on all of your inner self, right? You're going to combine heart, head. You're going to have temperance. You're going to have all of the tools that you need to have this conversation. And I think that you're going to go in open, not going in with any assumptions or sort of trying to predict what the outcome is going to be, but that you will leave space to hear and to also be heard yourself. And what's going to come out of this is something good. With the stars, that's wishes fulfilled. That's sort of dreams coming true. So I think that you and this person will be able to get past whatever this hiccup was. And you'll start seeing things sort of unfolding in a way that I think is pleasing to both of you. You'll actually start having thoughts like, okay, maybe this can work out. I think that you'll start recognizing how much potential there is in this relationship. But you're going to have to take that first step, right? Spirit wants to know, how much do you want this? And do you want it enough to be able to tuck that ego away, channel your strength, and reach back out to this person to talk, to at least start that conversation? And I think that you will. I think that you'll have it. So let's grab one last oracle card. See what final message Spirit has for you. I feel one flipped over. It did. And we have for you unity. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. So again, this is you being clear in what you want so that that can radiate out into the universe and the universe can assist you. It can't do that while you're confused. It can't do that while you're stuck in your ego. Heart and head have to be united. That's the only way that Spirit can come in and help intervene on your behalf. So get in that alignment, Aries. Get that strength up. Have this conversation because it looks like something really good can come out of it. So I'm going to leave it there for you. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that it resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.